So this is a presentation about the Speak Beautiful campaign, a social media campaign by Dove. And just a quick outline of how this is going to go. We'll start with a touch of history and then the research that went into the campaign, and then I'll explain how the campaign works, and after that go through the results as well as the praise and the criticism the campaign received, and then I'll leave with an improvement and a few key takeaways. So let's start with a little bit of history first. In 2004, Dove launched the Real Beauty campaign, and there have been several aspects to this campaign, but it focuses on positive body image for all types of bodies. And the main image associated with it is the one that you see here. And there have also been several successful commercials within the Real Beauty campaign. One of the most notable is the Evolution commercial, which was a viral video showing an ordinary woman getting transformed through hair, makeup, Photoshop to look like a cover girl. And they released several other commercials with similar messages under this Real Beauty umbrella that has been so successful. In 2011, Dove released the Research Findings Report. And so the report is called The Real Truth About Beauty Revisited, and it was released in 2011. Now, a caveat regarding this research is that Unilever, who owns Dove, provided the funding for this. However, it was conducted through an outside agency. And so the statistics paint a picture of self-esteem and body image, and these are all direct quotes from the wording from the report. So, for example, only 4% of women around the world consider themselves beautiful. 72% of girls feel tremendous pressure to be beautiful. 54% of women globally agree that when it comes to how they look, they are their own worst beauty critic. And there was also research regarding how social media fits in with this image. So 8 out of 10 women encounter negative comments critiquing women's looks on social media. 4 out of 5 negative tweets about beauty and body image are written by women critiquing themselves. And so Dove took these findings and created the Speak Beautiful campaign. The overall objective of the campaign was to change how beauty is reflected in social media. And so the goals for the company of Dove were more centered around creating a strong and positive brand image rather than selling products. And the company launched this campaign with the 2015 Oscars commercial. So here's how the campaign works. The platform Dove used was Twitter, and Twitter teamed up with Dove to create an algorithm that detects negative tweets. Then Dove sends non-automated responses, encouraging the user and giving the user advice to say something positive regarding beauty, body image, or self-esteem. And so the results of this campaign show that it has been a success. It initially started with the Oscars in 2015, but shortly after the Oscars was the VMAs, and so since the campaign was so successful at the Oscars, Dove carried it over to the VMAs, where it was also a success, and then it turned into an everyday campaign. Between February 22nd, when the Oscars aired, and March 3rd, there were 87,500 tweets around this campaign. Within 2015, the hashtag #SpeakBeautiful was used over 168,000 times, and there were 800 social media impressions. Celebrities such as Maria Shriver and Katy Perry, among others, chimed in on this and got behind the message, which we've seen in class examples how powerful that can be for a campaign. Between 2014 and 2015, there was a 36.8% decrease in negative tweets about body image. Now, all of these metrics are great for the campaign and for the message to be successful, but that also translated into success for Dove. So the brand sentiment for Dove increased 17%, and Dove's followers on Twitter today are close to 184,000 followers. Now, Adweek, Ad Age, consumers, other companies, they all praised Dove for this campaign. And a lot of people were saying that Dove did a great job of engagement and earned reach. So not just pushing content at the consumer, but engaging them and having a conversation and getting that word of mouth and earned reach from those conversations. People also praised it for taking a social responsibility stance. So rather than just worrying about profits and the bottom line, they took a social issue and they tried to start a trend around it. JCPenney, for example, liked that Dove had taken a social stance and said it would get behind Dove and support the positivity message. And finally, people praised this campaign for the empowerment factor that it offered. And Dove was not subtle with the empowerment. For example, one of its tweets reads, 6,783 times disgusting was posted in 3 hours of an awards show tweets. The power is in our hands, #SpeakBeautiful. So they really wanted to empower people to do something about the body image and start challenging the negativity around that. And of course, with some praise is always going to come some criticism. And there were two main themes within the criticism of this campaign. The first is that people were saying Dove crossed a line because it was invasion of privacy, or they were taking too strong of an approach by offering very personal advice. So, for example, one account tweeted, "Dear Dove, you are a manufacturer of products. You aren't our therapist, mother, sister, or friend." The other big criticism regarding this is that Dove and Axe are both owned by the same parent company, Unilever. And Dove is talking about positive body image, while Axe typically objectifies women and contributes to that negative view of body image. So a lot of people were upset by this, saying that Unilever is hypocritical. One tweet reads, "Let's not forget the people who make Dove also make Axe. But, hashtag speak beautiful as long as it sells soap." So some key insights to take away from this campaign are to listen and create a conversation. Don't just push content out to consumers, especially on two-way communication platforms such as social media. Instead, listen to what people are saying and facilitate that conversation with them. The second is to anticipate backlash and plan for it. We discussed this in class, but every campaign needs to consider the possible backlash it could get, like the conflict with Axe, and have a plan in place for that. An improvement I would offer Dove is to have a plan in place for responding to the backlash regarding Axe. They may have responded, however, I could not find any information on this acknowledging the controversy, and so they therefore did not do a very good job of responding to the hypocrisy insults. The final insight is to build off of momentum. So the Real Beauty campaign started in 2004, and it's been so successful that Dove has continued with it in different ways. And the Speak Beautiful campaign alone has been successful as well, and Dove is continuing to innovate with it. So just recently, Dove announced a new tool for Twitter users to get an analysis of their tweets, such as how positive they are, when they are most positive, etc. And so they're building off of that momentum from the campaign, but also innovating to keep it fresh and alive, which is extremely important. And that's all I have today. Here are my websites if you'd like to look further into the research regarding the Speak Beautiful campaign.